for the June 13th verdict. But the other thing that sticks in my mind is that day, the week before, the prosecutors had said, we've got a bombshell witness. Boy, this is going to cinch it. And I'm thinking, what's the bombshell witness going to tell that I haven't already heard rumors about or seen about? Well, it turned out to be Debbie Rowe. And she got on there. And you're smiling. Somebody get the smile. He's smiling. Get the smile. He's smiling. Debbie Rowe had been wined and dined by the prosecutor the night before, and I'm sure they'd coached her. And she said what they wanted to hear when they're wining and dining her. But she just wanted to get in front of Michael. And when she got there, what did she say? She said, he's a gentleman. He's a perfect father. He's a wonderful man. And I noticed that Michael was nervous. And I didn't know why Michael was so nervous. But she was obviously trying to get money out of Michael, I think. She got a big chunk of money sometime prior. I think she got a condo from Michael to just turn the kids over to him. But she destroyed him. And I was watching the jury, and some of them in the back row even were rolling their eyes like, why did the prosecution even bring this witness here? They're rolling their eyes like, oh, another one. The other thing, when she finished, Tom Snedden, and I looked at him and I was reading his lip, he was going, no, 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 no. He wasn't actually verbalizing, but I was reading his lips and seeing his hands sink. And Gordy and Ron, sort of patted him on the chest, says, don't worry, I think you took a break. Remember that?
I do, very well. Yes. No, the media was proclaiming this would be the bombshell witness for the prosecution, as you said. And she turned out to be a great witness for us. And because she told the truth. You can talk a lot outside the courtroom. When you get in there under oath, you're on the witness stand, you realize, the gravity of the situation. I think she looked at Michael and realized, I'm telling the truth here, and she did. And she also testified to how people around him were taking advantage of him constantly. And, she told the truth. She was a very good witness for us, and I think a disaster for the prosecution.
Yeah, the prosecutors had disaster, and I kept wondering, why doesn't the media, the national media, not talking about my own show, but why doesn't the national media play this up a little bit? And then I think of that May 11th, 05, where Jim Murray said these witnesses were unflappable for the defense. They were not shaken by rapid-fire questions from the prosecutor. And I realized if they did say anything positive toward the defense, they were not going to get airtime. If they don't get airtime, they're nobody. And in fact, when the trial was over, I went to Jim Murray. And I had my little handheld, amateur camera, video camera, and I put it in his face and said, Jim, what do you got to say now? Did I call it right? Because I've been calling it for months, and Michael's going to be found not guilty. And he, I was kind of shocked. He said, well, yes, William, well, you called it right. Then why don't you go to Las Vegas and bet on red? There was no gambling in this. It was just pure observation, and you were doing a great job. You had knockout after knockout. You won this case. And I was just so dismayed. After that, I just stopped listening to national media completely. Would you prefer to come back and be a guest on my show than to go on CNN or Fox?
I don't mind CNN or Fox if it's the appropriate show. There are some shows I will not go on Fox particularly, but I've also been interviewed by Fox, depending on who's doing it.
But you won't go on like Sean Hannity or Bill O'Reilly or
I did not respond to
Nancy
Mr.
Disgrace.
I never responded to Mr. O'Reilly's calls, and I never responded to Nancy Grace's calls. No, that's correct.
Well, I want to thank you for responding to my call finally, Tom.
Thank you very much.
I so appreciate it. We're almost out of time, and I want to ask you if there's. Will you support my documentary? Should I do this?
I think it's a great idea, and I think that someone should very carefully and professionally show what the media's role in this, historic trial was, because the way they tried to spin things was so unjust, so wrong. Unfortunately, they failed, because, as I said before, we have the best system of justice in the world. It's not perfect, but it's the best. And the jurors in this case were very intelligent. We had a civil engineer. We had a retired school principal with a master's degree in counseling. We had a retired math teacher with a master's degree in math. We had the head of a local social services agency. We had people with military training. This was a very intelligent jury, and they absolutely did the right thing.
I agree. And it's time the national media just make a public apology to the Jackson family and to Michael and to his fans, because they did a great disservice to those fans. And though I wasn't a fan then, I think I'm becoming one. At least I'm a fan of Michael Jackson's humanitarian gifts to all the charities. You just have to admire. I think he has given more money out of his own pocket than any other man.
That's my understanding.
That's what I found out.
A great person, a kind, gentle man, and we miss him.
I wish I had got a chance to know him. I hope Katherine Jackson will give me a chance to interview her, or Tito or Jackie Jackson will give me a chance to interview them. But we're almost out of time. We're down to the last few seconds here before we have to sign off, and watch the closing credits. You'll see something that might interest you people. This trial, I guess I will do the documentary, and I appreciate your encouraging me to do it. Now it's up to you, Michael Jackson fans. I only need 1 million, 10% of the 20 million, or 1 million to donate $10. We'll pool the money. It'll go through a CPA. It'll all be accounted for, and we'll buy the airtime. This is William Wagener for On Second Thought, thanking Tom Mesereau, Tom Hurricane Mesereau, for being with us here in the studio.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Did y'all have fun tonight? I think fans all over the country had their spirit here. You feel it? I'm William Wagener. I do a local television show I've been doing for 5 years. It's called On Second Thought. Tom Sneddon's first thought is Michael's guilty no matter what. On second thought, he's not. I've been watching this trial. When it started, I didn't know. I was not like you fans. I do a local show and I expose local corruption. But having sat in the courtroom for about 14 days and all the witnesses get caught in their own lies, they haven't put out one credible witness who saw anything personally yet. On second thought, I said Tom Sneddon, I'm a Vietnam veteran. I didn't lose blood in 5 cousins for you to have malicious prosecution of people who are innocent. And I've seen 30 innocent people go to jail, 3 unmolestation cases, and they were later released when the accuser grew up, found Jesus, and told the truth. Michael's not going down because the truth's already come out. So remember